What's going on, guys? Jay the Black here. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Akon. Akon, as this article says his wife doesn't deserve a dime in spousal support. Now, I want y'all to understand this whole story. I actually spoke about this. Akon was married to Tomika for well over 20 years. Now, he's, I guess, challenging whether the marriage was actually a marriage. Now, he's married to multiple women, according to his own words. And he has a child with her. And he says she doesn't deserve any money from him. Now, this is going to be very difficult for him to fight. Now, again, it also depends on what place they were living in. Because Akon, he moves around a lot as far as where he's living. I mean, he has wives in different cities. So I think it depends on which state Tomika and him reside in. Maybe he strategically had them live a certain place so she couldn't get spousal support, because they've been together for a long time, according to this divorce petition. And he says she ain't getting no money from him. See, we need more men to start doing this, challenging these divorces. I don't know if doesn't seem like there was any prenup, but we need more of these guys saying, I ain't giving her nothing. We need more of that. And also, this is why you don't, Akon, this is why you don't marry these women. Now, maybe these are spiritual marriages, common law. Maybe this is a common law marriage, which can be tough to fight at times, depending on, again, which state that you're in. But, it seems like, she wasn't going to leave with nothing. She was going to leave with something. And Akon got to be careful trying to call these women his wives, because if you're with these women, you're living with these women, you're having children with these women, you're going to be responsible as if you are the husband to these women. So let's get into this article. Akon is playing hardball with his estranged wife in their divorce. The rapper doesn't want to give her a dime in spousal support. According to a new court doc obtained by TMZ, Akon checked the box to terminate spousal support for Tomika, his wife of 29 years, after she requested it in her divorce petition filed in September. Interestingly, Tomika asked the court not to award any spousal support to Akon, so it seems both want to protect their finances. In Akon's response, filed Friday in LA Superior Court, he also requested joint physical custody of their 17-year-old child he shares with Tomika. Tomika, on the other hand, asked the court for joint legal custody of their child as well as full physical custody. The divorce isn't the only speed bump Akon has hit recently. After it was first reported, the hip-hop star got arrested last week in Georgia for failure to appear in court for driving on a suspended license. Again, decisions. Now, Akon is out here walking around with, women he's claiming to be his wives. You got to be careful, because in America, Akon has to be careful. He's walking around with these different women. He has this new woman that he married, or he calls his wife, the one that's living in Atlanta, his wife. You got to be careful, because you can't be out here calling these women your wives. You know that polygamy is looked down upon in this country. It can get you in trouble to be married to multiple women at the same time. One of the only ways I could see him getting out of this is if he did not marry her at all, but that doesn't seem to be the case, which is why his estranged wife is in court divorcing him. You see, polygamy may sound good until you out here calling these women your wives, and then one of the wives leaves. Now you don't want to give her nothing. This is why you don't call these women your wives. But you was with this woman for a very long time. So it's going to be difficult for you to not give her nothing, because that's how the courts are here in America. This is why the red pill philosophy has grown, because men see that no matter what, there's no such thing as equality in this country when it comes to money and resources. Your money and resources can be taken from you. It just doesn't matter. Now, in regards to her, I don't know what her financial situation is. Maybe she's a lot more well off than she's leading on. If that is the case, if Akon can prove that she has her own money and is doing well for herself, then maybe he can get out of paying spousal support, and then she can pivot towards child support, even though the child is 17 years old. That to me is the only way he's going to be able to get out of this. Because if she financially is not in a good place, they're going to take from you, Akon, unless you fight this thing. You get good lawyers. And again, you can prove that, you have that your 29-year marriage wasn't a marriage, that she was living her own life and you were living yours. So let's get into some background as far as the marriage in Akon. Akon and Tomika married in 1990. Now, this is according to People. 1996, she filed for divorce from the musician back in September, just 4 days before what would have been their 29th wedding anniversary. In the past, Akon has said he believes in polygamy. And in 2022 interview reveals that he has 9 children. Musician Amira alleged in 2023 that she was one of the star's 4 wives. That's the woman that y'all see him around now on like red carpets. That's the woman that you see him with. That is Amira. Now, I know y'all have seen this picture. That's Amira. That's the woman that he's around currently. This is his favorite wife right now. I believe she's the one that lives in Atlanta. She is an artist as well. I think he's pushing her musically. And that's his current woman. Or one of his current favorite, right? Polygamy is a part of our culture. Absolutely, Akon said. For me, it looks normal because it's culture for us. We didn't go outside of our African culture when we got to the Western world. See, the flaw that the Western world made is that they created all these rules without putting nature into account. Well, again, that can get you put in a lot of legal trouble, Akon. Because there are men out there to be out here talking about they got multiple wives, but they be getting caught up in a lot of trouble. The singer said that he was there for all 9 of his children and that he considered it his job to raise my kids to be responsible, to be understanding, and to protect their mother. My job ain't to be doing all that extra stuff and all these holidays and recitals while I'm taking care of my responsibilities to make sure the family has a roof over their head and food. If I have the time to do that and show love, yes, I will do that. He said communication allows me to be there every day. That's what my FaceTime phone is for. I guess they justify having all these children with these different women. In Amira's interview, the woman right there, with Rye with the T, she said Akon's wives are spread out, including in Atlanta, Los Angeles, and Africa. Says we all have different households. We all have different lifestyles. She said we don't have to see each other, so we don't have to be cool with each other. Akon is a type of man where it's not manipulation. It's just if you F with it or you don't, this is our culture. Every woman wants to be the only one, and it's okay. So I guess he's getting with these African women who have made it up in their minds that it is part of the culture. Well, I will say this, Amir, when you're no longer Akon's favorite, let's see if it's a part of your culture. Okay. But still, it's going to be very difficult for him not to pay her. This is why you don't get married. And hopefully he doesn't get married again and stop calling these women his wives. Because as long as these women live in America, Akon, and if you're marrying these women, you're going to owe them. And it's not going to matter what you say. You can say it's a part of your culture. America doesn't care about your culture. Okay. They don't. If you want that to be a part, if you care about your culture so much, then you're going to have to marry these women in Senegal or whatever part of Africa you're residing in, because he has a wife over there in Africa, because they don't care over here. You can get caught up real quick over here trying to pull that polygamy nonsense over here. So let me know in the comment section. Let me thoughts, like the video, share. Make sure y'all subscribe to all my social media platforms, and I'll see y'all next one.